Shout out to Dame Dash. I'm rocking the CEOs today, you know what I'm saying? Y'all messing with them? Let me know if you messing with them. Leave them in the comment.
They kind of look like Pumas, though. I'm just gonna say.
Kinda.
They kind of look like Pumas.
But a little different. They're a little different. You know what I mean?
The Fumas. The Fumas. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them get too popular because cease and desist.
Fumas gonna cease and desist. Nah, they lit though. They lit. I like this bag piece right here. Got the CEO on it. You know what I'm saying?
How they feel though? Like
they're comfortable. They're mad comfortable. Mad comfortable. It's not like, you know, like what's some other joints that look like Jordans? That they just
with the lightning strike on the side.
Yeah.
What's the name of those?
I don't know what the name of the brand is.
Hold on.
But they just got hit with a cease and desist, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
There's a lawsuit, which I think
they
settled.
They look like these.
Yeah.
They look like these. Except with a lightning strike on the side.
And that's crazy.
It wouldn't be the first pair. Plenty
Yeah, I mean,
of
Bape did it for a
There's a
while.
lot, there's a lot of that. How come they don't stop Shaq? You ever see those joints? They're not trying to stop Shaq. Shaq is going hard in Walmart.
Shaq got some power though.
He sold a lot of those too.
Yeah, he has.
He
I
really
know, and they're
sold a
still
lot of
selling
those. Yeah.
in Walmart.
Yeah, when you think about an up and coming, you know, clothing designing company or whatever, they're like peanuts on the board of clothing, in the world of clothing. So it's like, oh, nope, stop that.
They're in Walmart though. Like,
but you know how many places Shaq owns?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shaq probably owns a large percentage of Walmart.
I mean, the Shaq thing, he's kind of like trying to make it for people who can't afford Jordan.
Yeah.
So he probably got like a situation with Jordan or Jordan like, all right, Shaq, I'm gonna let you rock out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My shit's still gonna be $500.
That's why when we had Jay Alexander up here, and we were talking about the whole thing about that one time having a high price FUBU line, and then they brought the prices down to make it affordable for everybody else. Ooh. But it's like once they did that, it kind of diminished them.
Yeah,
but you got somebody like Shaq that can do it and get away with it.
Well, Stephon Marbury tried it. Remember, he had the Starberry sneakers. They were like $20 to $30.
He was giving them away
at one point. But
people don't value those.
People don't value. You got them cheap Starberries on. That's what people are probably saying, right?
Yeah,
unfortunately,
Master P too.
Yeah, the Master P sneakers,
all that. Like,
Birdman had lugs.
The lugs.
Yeah.
Speaking of kind of jacking styles, how do you feel about the Art of Dialogue?
Art of Dialogue, I respect what they do. And I think they've gotten some good interviews and some good guests.
Right.
Art, I guess, is the guy who runs it. I don't know him personally, but I know some people that know him. Right. The only thing I've ever had a problem with was that the font that they use makes it look like a Vlad TV interview to the point where I've gotten angry phone calls from people. Be like, yo, why'd you do an interview asking this motherfucker right after I talked to you? And I'm like, that's not my interview.
Right.
Like, go back to that interview. Do you see a Vlad TV logo? No, my bad. And that's what would happen. It's like it just tricks people into thinking that it's really my shit. Right. That's the only part I don't like. So I wish that he would change his font, or we may just have to change our font at one point. Right. But it's like, that's the only thing I don't like. But if you want to do similar interviews, that's fine.
It happened a couple of times. I've seen their interviews, and I'm like, so Vlad in? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Art of Dialogue.
Yeah, and I think he even starts off like, all right, here we go. Like, literally uses the same, my little catchphrase that I start my interviews with, you know, that I've developed over 10 years. So it's like, that part is annoying, but, you know, I don't mind when people, you know, imitate or take what I do and do their own version of it. I mean, we all do. Like, if you want to do Tupac-related interviews, you want to chop up your shit, you want to, you know, however you want to do it, that's fine. I put it out in the world for people to emulate it and, you know, use it if it's successful. But, you know, I just don't like when people confuse it with my shit, because it's not my shit. There should be a differentiation between the two. That's the only part.
There should be something that separates it.
Exactly.
Like if all of a sudden a drum set and this pops up in the
that's
background,
what I'm saying. Like,
shit, you're gonna be like, yo, okay, this is going too far.
That's the only thing I don't like, and maybe me and him will have a conversation. But then again, I can't. The font that I use is a public font, so I can't tell him to stop using it. he could legally use it. You
And,
know what I'm saying?
and most likely that's probably a strategy to get people to watch it. In
Probably. And from what I understand, he's a big Vlad TV fan, from what I was told.
Right.
I don't know that person, but I know someone that knows him really well. Is like the guy really like admires what you did and is trying to follow in your footsteps. And that's cool. You know what I mean? But just don't try to trick people into
but you
thinking
can't wear
that's
the
actually
same
my
shoes.
The likeness.
You can follow the
the likeness.
footsteps. You can't wear the same shoes.
Yeah.
You know, but shout out, I think he's done some strong interviews. He's got like Tupac's dad and you know what I mean, people that I haven't gotten myself.
Yeah.
And I watch some of his stuff myself and I don't ever want people to think that I'm hating because I'm not.
Right.
It's just that, you know, if it's like, you know, my super expert opinion suddenly popped up.
My personal
you know,
opinion.
my personal opinion.
My personal opinion.
It uses the same, it's in a barbershop.
Unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
No, that's actually
know,
a show. That's
Yeah,
actually a
unpopular
show.
opinion.
Yeah, I think, and people think that it's you, and then you have issues around people thinking it's you. That's, you know what I'm saying?
That's where
That's
it
what
becomes
it
a
is.
problem.
Yeah.
So with somebody like that, Vlad, would you be that, you know that he admires you, right? And he does some strong interviews. Would you ever consider like saying, all right, you know, come over here, I'll work with you?
Possibly.
Possibly.
But I've always done that.
Right.
Charlemagne, Sean Cotton from Say Cheese, Academics, Adam 22, you. These are all people that as they were coming up, I reached out to early and said, yo, I admire what you do. Come to my platform. If you want me to do your platform, let's talk. Let's, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like trade business contacts. If
Right.
you ever need some advice, if I ever need some advice, because I always felt like we would all do better working together and kind of praising each other's, you know, victories along the way.
Right.
As opposed to some media outlets go out and diss me like early on. So then once they get a certain amount of, you know, following, they can't approach me anymore because it's like, well, this is how you started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For no reason.
Yeah.
And I'm not like that. You know, I want everyone to win and I want to be able to say, oh shit, you got so-and-so. Would you mind handing me that contact? Now the answer might not always be yes, but it'd be like, oh, possibly. And, you know, I mean, oh, you got this going on. Like, oh, you know, you got Snapchat going. Okay, here's who I work with, you know, go ahead and hook it up.
Right.
There's enough money to go around. And the internet is too big to try to compete, to think you're competing for the same eyeballs because there's enough eyeballs to go around.
For everybody.
For everybody.
Right. So anytime your views dip, that's not a reason to hate on somebody else's platform.
No, our views are always going to dip.
Right.
You know, and they're going to blow up when we're not expecting it either.
Right.
That's just the nature. I've been in it for 15 years now. That's the nature of it.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.